All right, so we're going to go over the patch notes real quick. The illumination of the pendant wall light furnishing has been adjusted. I don't know what that was. Anyway, okay. All right, so we got some buffs here. Okay, so Paladin got buffed. Holy Spirit, 560 to 600. That's good. 280 to 300. This kind of doesn't matter, but, you know, whatever. Very rarely you'll do one of these. But anyway, so Confiteor 900 to 1,000. That's good. 340 to 420. That's really good. 460 to 480. It's good. 540 to 560. That's good. Basically, they're trying to buff Paladin's burst, which I think is funny because the way that they have designed jobs now is just all about burst, right? It's just all about fucking burst, man. You know, they make the ultimate with all these bursty phases, and they make the final turn with these bursty phases. They make these 2-minute bursts. It's just the current iteration of Paladin just doesn't work anymore. So they're like trying to put these band-aid. It's like the whole house is on fire, and you know, you're sitting there and you're like, instead of just leaving the fucking house, you know, you're just like putting out the fire on the table. You know what I mean? Well, at least I can sit here, okay? That's what they're currently trying to do. Okay, so Warrior got buffed. Storm's Path, 410 to 430. 410 to 430, Storm's Eye. Fellcleave, 10 potency. Upheaval, 10 potency. Okay, so, like, before we go on any further, okay, I want to say that these buffs are not enough. They're still not enough, man. Like, Paladin and Warrior are like hundreds of DPS behind Dark Knight and Gunbreaker. They need more. What were people saying? Like, Paladin is like a 2.5% increase or something, and Warrior is even less. It's like a 1.5 or something. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. I don't know. I haven't like tested it or anything, man. But basically, it is not enough to catch them up to Dark Knight and Gunbreaker. So, does it matter? In my opinion, yes. It does matter, because I think all tanks should be within 1 to 2% from each other. There's no reason why they shouldn't. They have homogenized everything to the point to where now it's an illusion of choice. Paladin's utility doesn't really fucking matter. Why should Paladin be so low? Everything's full uptime, so the range phase is out of it. Like, all the tanks and healers are so fucking strong now, you don't need both Veil and Wings. So what does it matter? In my opinion, I think they still need more. This is another step in the right direction. This is still okay, but the problem is it's not good enough. And like I said, I hold this game to very high standards. While other people may be okay with this, I'm not okay with this. I think it's good that they got buffed. However, like I said last time, I still don't think it's enough. I believe my mentality on that is justified. If you look at the information that we all have access to on a public website, you will find that 1 to 200 DPS is just simply not enough. Before we get into this down here, we're going to check out the job guide. With the release of patch 6.21, several adjustments have been made to action potencies to address tank performance issues, primarily in the raid Pandaemonium Abyssos. Okay, Paladin. Although Paladin has difficulty dealing high levels of burst damage when compared to the other tanks' jobs, they excel at maintaining high sustained damage even when handling battle mechanics by way of their ranged attacks. Okay, I don't think they play their own game. This doesn't matter at all. By way of ranged attacks, everything in this fucking game has been made with full uptime now. However, recent duties have been decided to include features that reduce stress on tanks and melee DPS jobs. Recent ones? You can't even move the boss in DSR. All of the fucking bosses in the first phase is full uptime. The bosses go to the middle of the fucking room. What the fuck are they talking about? Yo, even in the last expansion, the last raid tier was full fucking uptime. But anyway, such as significantly larger boss targeting circles. Because of these design choices, the unique advantage of Paladin's high sustained damage loses its impact. Using the 8th circle as an example, there are prolonged periods where the enemy cannot be attacked, as well as mechanics that grant increased damage to players. Okay, so they're talking about the phase 2, further emphasizing the value of burst damage. In such situations, the job's incompatibility with the duty becomes more readily apparent. I mean, like, this is just how I know that they don't play their own fucking game, man. It's not just in that situation. It's just more apparent in that situation. Every single 2-minute fucking window, Dark Knight and Gunbreaker just shit all over the place, dude. Especially Dark Knight just shits all over the place. It shits out its steam, and its steam shits all over the place. It's because of this 2-minute fucking bullshit meta. Like, just everything's on 2 minutes, dude. It leaves no room for, like, any type of creative optimization. It limits your design. This is just for me, but I prefer 1 minute. You can call me a minute man and not a 2-minute man. I like to get my shit done and be on my way. You know what I mean? I like bursting every 1 minute instead of 2. I ain't trying to be here all day. You know what I mean? I got shit to do. 1 minute, boom, burst, done. You know what I'm saying? Remember when Trick Attack was 1 minute and it wasn't Mug? I like that shit. 1 minutes happen more often, and while they're not as powerful, it's more fun to me personally. Now, this is just bias from me. This isn't right. This isn't wrong. You may agree, you may disagree, and both are fine. But I like having more fun more of the time. Anyway, in such situation, the job's incompatibility with the duty becomes more readily apparent. To substantially resolve these issues, we believe a full reevaluation of actions is required. Holy shit. Okay. A full reevaluation. So I guess Paladin rework. That said, waiting for such an evaluation would be prolonging the unfavorable state of Paladin. For this reason, we have elected to increase the potency of their actions in 6.21. As more significant adjustments to action mechanics will require more time, such changes will be implemented from patch 6.3 onward. For now, we have elected to adjust actions that will improve the job's burst damage. Okay, so in 6.3, it looks like there's going to be like at least a mini rework. What are some speculations here? What could they possibly do? If they're worried about burst, they're probably going to remove fight or flight entirely. They might remove atonement, so then that way it would go back to being just a Goring Blade Royal Authority, and then they would just like hyper fucking burst on rec windows, which kind of makes sense because one of the Paladin openers, you fucking pop fight or flight at 16 seconds on the countdown. I'm not saying that's what they're gonna do. I'm just saying it's like one thing they could do. Oh God, yo. What if they make rec every 2 minutes? Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Paladin is basically the same as it was in Shadowbringers, except for it has 3 extra GCDs that just replace a Goring Blade, right? I mean, it's essentially the same. Okay, Warrior is essentially the same. Dark Knight is essentially the same. Gunbreaker, they made it dumb or dumber. But my point being here is that like they kept all the jobs the same, but then they changed everything to be a 2 minute, but they forgot, oh shit, we kind of kept Paladin the fucking same, so it's more of a sustained job, has no fucking burst, but we're in a burst meta. Oh fuck. So now halfway through the see that's what I'm talking about, guys. Like, I just cannot get behind the idea that the devs actually play the shit and understand how the shit works. I feel like they just make decisions without actually thinking it through, and then they just release them. If you guys remember at the start of the expansion, right, we were like, holy fucking shit, Dark Knight deals a shit ton of damage. What the fuck is Paladin? A majority of us could instantly fucking tell. How the fuck can they not tell when they have months to work on this shit? I don't understand. Like, I'm not trying to shit on them here, okay? Because I do genuinely think for a majority, for a lot of stuff, they do an amazing job. How do you have this like really nice melee balance, but then you have like the casters in the spot that they're in? You can't buff Black Mage because Summoner and Red Mage, their damage is shit. It's like right now the balance is just really fucking bad, and you don't have any job that's overperforming, in my opinion. I think you just have jobs that are underperforming. And you would think that that would be easy to fix because you can fix that with just potency buffs. I guess basically what I'm trying to say here is that if they would give us just a little more information on how they come to these decisions, like this is great that they're giving us this information. This is awesome. I'm very grateful for this. But how they come to these decisions is also important. Now, obviously they don't have to tell us shit. They probably won't. But I'm just saying it would help people interested like me, it would help me understand how they think a little better. Okay, so anyway, with all that being said, there's a lot of different things that they could do. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. And I guess Paladin is going to receive a rework in 6.3. I don't think that it's going to be anything super creative. I mean, I could be wrong. I guess it depends on how much time they're actually going to put into it, right? Because when they remade Summoner, they pretty much remade the whole job. I don't think that the Paladin rework is going to be that. When they have huge changes like that, they don't do it mid-expansion. They have before. They have. I'm not saying they haven't, but I'm just saying most of the time they don't. They could do it for Paladin. I think that they're going to really emphasize the burst window, and they might make it 2 minutes. Okay, anyway, going on to Warrior. Although Warrior excels at dealing burst damage, okay, it's true, can be true, we found their overall damage to be somewhat lacking compared to the other tanks. No, really? Okay. And so we decided to increase the potency of their actions, okay? In patch 6.3, 1.2, we focused on improving its basic combo actions. We made further improvements to the potency of combo actions as well as those that contribute to their burst damage. I've said this before. I'm going to say this again. I feel like the auto crit direct hit shit needs to go. I think that dealing percent-based damage is just all around better. The auto crit direct hit shit is fucking stupid and it just needs to go. But unfortunately, they disagree with me on that and they think that it's wonderful. So they're going to add it to other jobs like Samurai and they're going to... Dude. Man, I can't fucking wait until Gunbreaker's double down and blasting zone is auto crit direct hit. That way, then you motherfuckers will know the pain. I just want to say that you guys are welcome for your Paladin and Warrior buffs because I could tell you this, okay? Here's Square's policy. They don't do shit unless they see either a cheater or they see a bald, raging, middle-aged man crying like a little baby, or else nothing gets done. So for all you pussies saying, oh, he's cringe, oh, that, you're welcome. Yeah, you're fucking welcome that I'm taking one for the team. You're fucking welcome. I hope you enjoy your Paladin buffs. I hope you enjoy your Warrior buffs. You're fucking welcome. Shut the fuck up. You know, so that's a good point. Paladins should be the highest because of effort required for them. I agree to that to a certain extent. Here's one excuse that I keep hearing on like YouTube comments and shit. No, Xeno, Warrior shouldn't deal the highest because it's brain dead. These are coming from people who think Dark Knight is hard. Going by that logic, if Warrior can't deal the highest because it's brain dead, then why the fuck is Paladin in such a bad state? It's like these people don't even play Paladin. That excuse, the job is easy so it can't deal high damage, that's completely void right now. That excuse doesn't exist, so you need to come up with a better fucking excuse. Dark Knight is literally 1, 2, 3 blood spiller. It's the easiest fucking job I've ever fucking played. You just have to hit your off GCDs. It doesn't even matter the order of the off GCDs that you hit as long as you don't overcap. You hit Salted Earth before Carve and Spit? Ah, who fucking cares? You know, you're saving everything. It's a 2-minute meta, remember? It's a 2-minute meta. Who cares if your Carve and Spit is 2 seconds behind your Shadowbringer? Who the fuck cares? It doesn't matter. You're saving it for the minutes and 2 minutes. What does it matter? As long as you get it in that window, who cares? I don't get what's so hard about that. Just hit your off GCDs. I mean, I disagree with that though. Warrior's easy to learn but hard to optimize. Is Dark Knight not easy to learn? It's just you literally hit shit on cooldown and the order almost doesn't even matter. You know how I know the order almost doesn't matter? Okay, because I get 99s and 100s and sometimes I hit my Carve and Spit before my Salted Earth. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I hit Shadowbringer. Sometimes I'm talking to chat and playing. I'm like, oh fuck, I forgot to hit this. Okay, whatever. As long as I got it in the minute, it doesn't matter. I just want to say a couple more things on this and then we'll stop talking about this. But basically, this is not enough and I think that there needs to be more. Paladin got more love than Warrior, so at least one of the tanks got a decent increase. Warrior still needs more. This is not enough. And honestly, Paladin needs a little bit more. I'm glad that they did it. It's another step in the right direction, but it's a baby step and we needed a big step. So moving on, the HP of Hephaestus has been reduced. Okay. Okay. Reasoning for the adjustment. In our endeavor to create an encounter more challenging than Asphodelos, the fourth circle, the team responsible for final adjustments spent a great deal more time than usual working on balance for this raid battle. This is so disheartening. They wanted this to sound like it was a good thing, right? They wanted this to sound like, yeah, the dev team really tried. This is just a flat out lie. If they spent a great deal more time, then they would have known that the balance of the jobs was horrible. If anyone believes this statement right here, you're a fucking sheep. If you're gonna believe this, then I want you guys to believe that I actually wear a bald cap every stream and I have a full head of hair. Like, I take offense to this because, are you kidding me? The team responsible for the final adjustment spent a great deal more time than usual working on balance for this raid battle. This battle has been one of the most unbalanced fucking raids that they have released since Heaven's Ward? So you're going to tell me that the battle team spent more time on this, but the balance was actually more fucked than it's been in like 6 years? Get the fuck out of here. Dude, I don't buy it. I don't believe it. Under normal circumstances, the DPS of this team serves as a base for determining a boss HP value that results in clears as close to the time limit as possible. However, as extra time was dedicated to testing this battle, the team's overall performance proved to be higher than usual. As a result, the base values for adjustments were too high, with final values roughly 1% higher than intended. So this is basically, in a nice way, the devs saying our dev team is better than you guys need to step it up because you guys suck. I just don't believe it. If the dev team is supposedly so good, then why is balance so fucked? Like, why don't they care? I just don't understand. It just doesn't add up. Like, see, here's another thing. They're extremely cryptic. They don't tell you how long they spent on it. They don't tell you the comp. They don't tell you anything. They don't give you any of the critical information that you need. In the past, they have also said similar shit to this, and then they've had to go back and rework jobs because the player base was playing them better than intended. I just can't see a world where the dev team is so good. They're so good. And at the same time, the balance is so fucked. The only way that, in my opinion, that's possible is if they only used a certain comp and they didn't give a shit about the other jobs. That would make sense. But if that's the case, then it wasn't because they were good, per se. It was because they used a certain comp. Because I can promise you, they didn't go in there with Warrior, Paladin, Red Mage, Machinist, Reaper. I can fucking promise you they didn't use those jobs. Let's assume this is true. Then they use Dark Knight Gunbreaker for sure. They use like Monk and, you know, that type of shit, right? They use like really, really powerful jobs. They used a very specific comp, okay? That's the only way that this could be true, but I don't think that's true. I think that this right here is just a straight lie. I think that they watched a bunch of streams and they saw that a whole bunch of teams were wiping to 1% or less, and then they were like, you know what? Yeah, maybe we goofed. And that's how they came up with this number. You know why they nerfed the boss? It was because, well, fuck it. It's just easier if we nerf the boss than actually balance the jobs. Fuck it. We'll just leave the jobs unbalanced. Just nerf the boss, call it a day. That's why they did it, because it was easier. Okay, now players will now receive the power of Echo and Pandaemonium. Okay, following issues have been resolved. Okay, but any of these good? I don't think so. Oh, here we go. Phase 1 HP is now 55874,848. So it's basically dead at 51.5%. So it's not 49 anymore. It's 51.5. Ooh. Sheesh. It dropped from 61k to 59k DPS nerf. 3% easier. Holy shit. Okay. Ooh. I just want to tell any first-time clearers that, first off, I want to say congrats on your clear, but it was harder in 6.2. I know you've been trying really hard. You probably struggled with DPS check, but it was harder in 6.2. But I mean, yeah, okay. I mean, all it took was the devs to, you know, fucking completely gut and nerf the fucking fight, you know, and I mean, you know, you technically cleared it. Did you deserve it? The jury's still out on that one, but I do want to say congrats. Must feel good. Well, I mean, kind of good. A hollow victory, as you will. But anyway, in the end, you did clear, and I want to say that, you know, I guess good job on waiting for the nerfs. Great job. Congrats to you. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.